What's happening? I am in the mood, guys, for some hot dogs and beans. So I'm actually going to the store. I'm gonna get me some hot dogs and beans, but I got a cool story to tell you guys about it. So while you're here, do me a favor, start sharing this video. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think thus far. Throughout the conversation, leave your comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, which will be immediately because I get excited when people leave me comments. And share this video. Make sure you subscribe. That's the best thing that you could do for me, is go ahead and subscribe. I mean, I would love you for life. On my way to get some hot dogs and beans. Okay, so thank you for tuning in to Dee Dee's personal vlog podcast, where I get very personal about my life, my career, yada 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 yada. So thank you so much for tuning in. So I want to go get some hot dogs and beans. That's my main goal today. But I do want to talk to you about my anxiety being like so freaking high today. It's like ridiculous. So I felt like I need to go get some vitamin B, get out here in the sun and absorb it as much as possible. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and do on that note is go ahead and get myself a multivitamin, just so I can start feeling a little bit better and more energetic and stuff like that. So anywho, so I'm on my way to go get some Franks and beans. And when I was a kid, my mom tells me this story all the time, and I remember it too. I had some friends over, and I love hot dogs and beans. I love them. Like, I would be like, Mama, make me some hot dogs and beans. So my friends came over, so my mom, she makes me hot dogs and beans. And the little friends, they say, well, we don't like hot dogs and beans. So of course, being a kid, you know how you gotta roll with the flow. I'm like, Mom, I don't like hot dogs and beans. My mom like, you gonna eat these hot dogs and beans. I made these hot dogs and beans. Y'all know my mama, so you know she had a cigarette in one hand and she was puffing out the other side, and she was looking at me like, what you think you doing here? So she made me sit down for me it felt like the entire day, but it was like an hour in front of the food until I finally took a bite of it, and then I ran off with my friends. But I love hot dogs and beans, and I don't know why I did that, but I did. I did it. Kids, we do stuff like that. So anyway, I'm craving for some hot dogs and beans. I'm gonna go get me some hot dogs and beans. I hope that my kids are older now, so I'm hoping my grandbabies will like the hot dogs and beans and stuff like that. Yeah, so I wanted to also talk to you guys about my anxiety. So let's get into that. Whew. So yeah, there's the anxiety. So like I said, I had to come out and get some vitamin B because my anxiety is running really high and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I get some vitamins and try to eat a little bit differently and go back to my meditation and stuff like that. So without getting too personal in my business, there's a family member of mine, and I'm sure we can all relate, that is suffering from Alzheimer's. And I'm gonna be honest with you, not understanding the dynamics of Alzheimer's, when you feel like you're the target of that person, you feel like the person is just being horrible to you. And in fact, that's not the case at all. It's just that they're fighting and battling the fact that they're forgetting and not remembering things, and they're reverting back to, you know, maybe mischievous childhood behaviors or whatever it may be. They're reverting back to it. And some are very, you know, simple and kind, and they get quiet. Others are very feisty, and they're like, you know, you're not going to take advantage of me type of deal. You know, I think that if I was to get Alzheimer's, which I'm so scared of getting that, I probably would be the person who would be feisty and fighting, because I would think people are just like plotting against me. But that being said, living with somebody that has that sometimes can be very stressful. And for myself, dealing with anxiety, it could be even more stressful for me, simply because, you know, I have to learn how to maintain my anxiety on top of the whole thing about, you know, understanding what this person is going through. And it's hard. It really is hard. So, you know, if you guys have any advice for me, you know me, I'm down for advice. Go ahead and leave it in your comments below. You know, I'm sure there's people who are in the field, the medical field, or people who have family members, and this is what they've done. I have reached out to other family members, and I have reached out, and it's all perplexed for all of us because it's for someone that we love so much, you know, that we've grown to like, oh my God, you know, we care about this person, and we see them going through these different stages in their life, and it's so hard. But me dealing with anxiety and dealing with that sometimes comes so overwhelming for me that I just have to remove myself from the situation. So that's why I'm gonna go get me some hot dogs and beans, because I'm really wanting some hot dogs and beans, y'all. I really am. But yeah, like if you guys have any advice for that, because it's like sometimes, even like sometimes I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's go out and do this, and let's go out and do this. And they're very appreciative, but the problem is that they forget. You know, Alzheimer's is such a debilitating disease that anyone can get. It's so sad. It really is. I don't know the clear definition of it, but what I have experienced of being around people who have had this Alzheimer's, or they had dementia, or, you know, whatever it is that they had that is causing their memory to go, it comes on. I don't know if it comes on suddenly or it comes on slowly, but when it finally does come on, it really kicks everybody, your loved ones and everybody in the butt, because you're like, oh my God, what does this mean? How do we handle it? Sorry guys, I done stopped the properly. I'm trying to let me turn this corner. So I had to make that quick turn and everything, and I didn't want to be on my phone trying to make the turn and stuff like that. Dangerous for everybody above. So anyway, anyhow, yes. Dealing with somebody that is losing their memory or not like themselves is the hardest thing that you have to deal with in life, because it just happens, and it goes through so many stages, and you who are in your right mind dealing with somebody who you feel is in their right mind, and then you feel like, oh my God, this is such a challenging situation. There's the arguments, there's the fights. It's like, you knew better than what you were doing. You're trying to do this to me. You know, it's all above. So sometimes with my anxiety comes really high, I got to get myself out of it. And what I like to do, thus my personal blog, come on here and talk to you guys. So I'm really hoping that you guys have some advice for me. Let me know what you think about the whole, you know, dealing with somebody who has dementia, Alzheimer's, or you know they're losing their memory, you know. And I get scared sometimes, because I'll walk in a room, for real. I'll get up, I'll go in the room, and I know, okay, my goal is to go in the room and go get, I don't know, toilet paper, right? So I'm getting up, go in the room to go get toilet paper. I get into the room and I forget completely why the hell am I there. It's crazy. I get like so confused onto why is it that I'm in the room. So I'll stand there for a couple of minutes, and as I'm walking out, I'm like, oh yeah, toilet paper. So imagine you go someplace that you know you're familiar with, but then you don't understand where you're going, and you get so confused, and then you feel anxiety because you feel like you could be lost or something. I wonder if I can go. Yeah. This is like, I know that I can't turn left or whatever. Anyway. So yeah, so just imagine you walking into some place and you totally forget where you're at, or you forget that you've done something, and you feel like you missed out because you waited all day to do this, and bops, when you go to do it, you feel like, well, what happened? I went to go do this, and now not done. So anyway, I just felt like I need to come here and rant and rave with you guys. I'm getting ready to go in the store to go get me some hot dogs and get me some beans, hot dogs and beans, and some bun and some sauerkraut. Oh, I love that. I'm such a New York chick. Oh my goodness. I love sauerkraut, and some people like relish. I do like relish too, but I prefer sauerkraut. They say sauerkraut's good for you to actually lose weight, so I'm all for anything to lose weight. I know the bun itself is going to have a lot of calories in it, but I've been doing pretty good so far, and now that I've been waking up earlier, I am actually moving a lot more, which is really good. So some of you guys are wanting to know what's going on with my health as far as the tumor and stuff like that. I haven't been back to do an x-ray, but everything from my last x-ray, everything was pretty good, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm getting ready to do a colostomy. I'm very nervous about that. I'm gonna blog about that, guys. It's like, getting older, you know, this whole thing is so scary, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta do it because, you know, I was trying to put it off because I was afraid of them telling me something bad is gonna happen. But you know something, I'd rather go do it, find out something, and do something about it, instead of losing my life. I still I have grandchildren I have to see, that I have to, you know, me and them have to dress alike. You know what I'm saying? I have to, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for listening to another Dee Dee Walker's personal vlog podcast. I hope that you enjoyed. Please share this video with your friends and family. Please subscribe. That's the best way that you can support me. Leave comments so I know how to improve in my videos. And I'll talk to you the next time. Oh, and one more thing before I go, and this is the most important thing. I love you, man.